Okay, guys. So, big news to come out today. Yeah, this was kind of no one was really expecting this news as of late, but we're kind of like, yeah, that we all knew this was coming. We just didn't know when this was coming. Honestly, I thought this was going to be announced at like San Diego Comic-Con, but that's not the case. So we have it now. And the other thing is that of how quick this is coming out. Yeah. Anywho, so the announcement is that we have the next Star Wars animated show. That is the sequel to Rebels, which is subsequently the sequel to Clone Wars. So yes, we have, and to the shock of no one, it's Star Wars Resistance. This is going to be the story of the Resistance and how it rose, much like in Rebels, how it rose. But it's not going to be told like, it's not going to be told from Sabine and Ahsoka's journey. It's not going to be told from there. It's going to be told from a young pilot in the Resistance by the name of Kendaro. I cannot pronounce his name. I cannot remember the name, but it's a new character who is part of who is a young pilot who has joined the Resistance to battle the First Order. So the First Order and the Resistance are already on a go, and we are in the middle of it. Now, from the article I read, it didn't say exactly where this takes place in Star Wars continuity. It does take place in the 30-year gap between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. That is known, but what I don't know is where in that 30-year time frame. Now, I think, once again, like I said, that this was expected. We all kind of figured that the next animated show was more than likely going to be set in the new trilogy timeline, like somewhere in that time. We all kind of figured that that would be the case. Now, the other thing that we didn't really expect on is that we got the story of a new character. This is going to be told from the perspective of a new character, much like with Ezra. But this character is apparently not going to be Force-sensitive, just a pilot. So I'm glad that we're not doing another Jedi story, because I could use a little more, just normal people. And besides, the whole, there's only an X amount of Jedi left. The only Jedi left is Luke Skywalker and Ezra, who was a Force user. And that's the other thing, is that a lot of us were expecting that this was going to follow Sabine and Ahsoka's search for Ezra, which I guarantee you will be in here, but we don't know where exactly. The other thing that I want to bring up is that this more than likely will bring up Jacen Syndulla, who, if you guys remember, Jacen Syndulla is the son of Hera and Kanan, and more than likely Force-sensitive. So I guarantee you that we're probably going to see an older Jacen in the Jacen Syndulla in Luke's fledgling academy alongside Ben Solo. And if you know how that turned out, there's only one of two ways Jacen could have, gotten out of that. Either he's dead, or a Knight of Ren. Or, knowing Filoni, he'll write some bullshit thing to keep him alive. He's like, oh, but he's not really, he's not really a Jedi. He's more like his own thing, like Ahsoka. You guys remember Ahsoka? I keep bringing her back, like Stephen Moffat did with Clara Oswald. Remember her? Yeah. As you guys can tell, I don't hate Ahsoka, but seriously, Filoni, you're Stephen Moffating Ahsoka. Ezra is the same thing, where Ezra just kind of rocketed off in the parts unknown with the Purrgil and Thrawn. That's the other thing, is that we do know that Thrawn is still alive, but we don't know where he is. Hopefully he'll be part of the Resistance. The First Order. Blech. The First Order, excuse me. I meant to say Thrawn in the First Order. And that's what I'm also really looking forward to, is more First Order stuff. I'm really hoping we get some cool, because the First Order is a whole lot more terrible than the Empire. The more you read about it, the more you'll see what they're capable of. Yeah, these people the First Order does a lot more terrible shit than the Empire does. And it's mostly petty shit too. It's out of just, meh, we don't like you, so die. That's, and hopefully we get to see more, the other thing I want to see with the First Order and the Resistance is the effect of the First Order, because we I want to see, like, why the First Order is so scary. I mean, we know in the movies, but we don't really see their galactic threat. We don't really see, like, oh, the First Order, they're terrifying. But we never really got to see it. The furthest we got was, like, Last Jedi and some of Force Awakens. And some of the novels, sure, but no one's really gone into of what the galaxy on a whole and why the First Order is, you know, such a terrible threat, and even more so than the Empire. We're just told that. I want to be shown that. I want to be shown more of that. So, yeah, that's what I want the most. I'm also expecting a lot more characters to, you know, obviously, like I said, Ahsoka and Sabine on their search for Ezra. And, you know, again, hopefully see Kallus and Zeb, which, by the way, I am like 90% convinced, I'm like 99% convinced that those two are probably gay. I don't know, like, I just got this feeling, especially at the end, where I was like, God, this is just like introducing your boyfriend to the family. That ending scene with Zeb taking Kallus to his people's secret homeworld. He's like, yeah, I was literally getting vibes of, oh, he's taking his boyfriend to see his family. Oh, that's so sweet. Anyway. That's a great image for you people. Anywho, so maybe we'll get to see obviously we'll get to see more of Hera. You know, Rex is probably going to be old as fuck. They did confirm that rumor that, yes, he was part of the Battle of Endor, alongside Hera. So I'm wondering, you know, because clones don't last that long. So some of these characters are probably going to die off. And going back to, Jason, I'm really hoping he becomes a Knight of Ren. I really want, because I don't, you know, either he dies or he becomes a Knight of Ren, because his name is actually spelled exactly like Jason Solo. So I'm really hoping, hope beyond hope, that we actually, like, get, like, a Darth Caedus kind of thing, or in this case, like, something Ren, or like a Knight of Ren, like, yeah, a Jason Solo kind of thing with Jason Syndulla. So, can we get that, please? Can we have him be a Knight of Ren, and not go back to the light? Please? Come on, Filoni, don't jerk us around on that. Because there was... and the other thing is that, you know, the other cool stuff is that maybe we can get, you know, Mark Hamill as, you know, to voice Luke Skywalker. The other cool things we could probably see in here is, like, more of Kanji Club and the Guarvian Death Gang. I'd love to see more of them. I'd love to see more of Kanji Club and the Guarvian Death Group. I'd love to see more of them. I'd like to see more of the fallout of when, you know, the galaxy's underworld, you know, how it divided up the Hutt space after Jabba the Hutt died. You know, I'm more interested, because that was, like, total clusterfuck right there. So I'm interested in this. Rebels, you know, I think Season 4 was their strongest season. I honestly believe it was their strongest season. And they did have some good episodes throughout the other 3 seasons. But on a whole, there were a lot of misses in that show. Now, granted, there were some hits, but there were a lot of misses, as there even more so than the hits. Like I said, I enjoyed Season 4 the most because it was so tightly knit. And Season 1 was equally as good. But 3 and 4, while they did have good episodes, on a whole, I was like, oh, fuck me. So hopefully they can continue that, and maybe they can do smaller seasons, because I feel like if they do it, because I feel like the 20 episode thing wasn't really working for them, because there was a lot of meandering in Season 2 and 3. A lot. And you guys, you gotta be with me on this one. There was a shit ton of meandering in that season, in those 2 seasons. So hopefully maybe they'll just do like 13, 15 episode seasons each, and so we can get a tighter story. That's just me, though. And I'm really interested in this, because the new trilogy era has, even though they've talked a lot about it, there's so much unexplained territory, and it's still building with the next episode next year. So all in all, I'm looking forward to this. And the other thing that really took me by surprise, I should have mentioned this, is that this series is coming out this fall. Yeah, I honestly thought this was going to be like a thing that comes out next year, but no, apparently it's coming out this fall, if I've, you know, again, read the article right, because sometimes I will get ahead of myself. I apologize. But yeah, it's more or less coming out this fall, so I was like, Jesus Christ, we just finished Rebels and now we're moving on to the next thing? That was quick. But the quicker the better, I always say. So no doubt in my mind that they were obviously working on this after Season 4 had wrapped up. Even before so, excuse me. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Star Wars Resistance? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? What do you guys think of it? What do you want to see? What characters do you want to see in here? What kind of stories do you want to see? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.